Crafters, it's Jen at Quality Crafts, and mybluebike101, the name that I have on the screen here, and I'll put her information in the description box below, is having a challenge and she wants you to create an ATC. And for sake of this video, I had attempted to video everything I did to make this card, but I just got so involved that it just became too much. So I just thought I would show you the card and then kind of walk you through the procedure of how I made it. This is my ATC card. I used a thin chipboard, and I used 2 pieces so that I could cover up the back, and eventually before I send it I'll put my information on the back. So I started out with a piece that looks like this, and then I'm going to walk through. I'm going to do parts of it, but probably not the whole thing. So I grabbed a colored stamp that I like. I mean a colored ink that I like, and I just inked up one of my blocks. Spray it with water, and then put it down on here. And ran it over the top, up and down, and all over it until the color was like all over the card. Like that. Sorry guys, I got lots of glue in here. Anyway, I gave that a wipe down and I cleaned up my area, and as you can see it's already starting to dry and soak into that card. And then to add more blue to the background, I simply put the ink directly on here. Added a little bit of water. And then just went right over the top of this with more color. I think I even had more ink. Maybe I added less water, but I got a darker blue, which is what I was going for, because my whole creative thinking came from this real life feather that I found out in my yard. It's really pretty. So that's where the blue background came from. That's where my inspiration came to pick out this color theme and make this look the way it did. So after I did that, I took a stamp that I had and inked it up with my Momento ink and just proceeded to stamp right over the top of that image, or that ink. And I had to do it 3 times to get the entire thing covered. And that's how I got the the pattern in the background. I'm not going to wait for it to dry this time around, but I did the first time. But I put matte medium on here next, because that's the next part of the texture that I got, where you can see all these white wrinkles, all this fun stuff, and this like fuzzy stuff hanging off the edge, which gives it character, I think. I simply just paint it on, and if you don't wait for it to dry, it just smears the ink, that's all. Put on a nice thick coat of this, and then put some tissue paper right over the top. And the more wrinkles you want, the more you just kind of squish it and slide it in, and then immediately put some more of the matte medium right over the top to make that seal in. Okay. And then while that's drying, the thinner the coat, the quicker this stuff dries. I did use my gun to heat it up, but then while it was drying, to get this fun sparkly effect, all I did was use Stickles. Squeeze a bunch of Stickles on there. Use the same brush you've already been using to save time. And just paint it right into the matte medium while it's drying. Okay, and if you use your heat gun, it'll dry really fast. Otherwise, you can just let that sit and dry. And then just tear off the edges. If you tear it off while it's still kind of wet, you'll get a lot more edging, which I think is kind of cool. Like I said, it adds character to it. It gives it a shabbier look. I like that. So that's how I created the base card for this ATC. And then all I did was use my hot glue gun and glued on a couple of embellishments, and I did add a little bit of hot glue right to the center bottom underneath this feather to glue it on, but I did not put any medium over the top because I wanted the feather to stay looking as natural as it could. And then I added a little charm and a little touch of white ink to the top of a few things just to bring out the pattern in that black wet that you couldn't really see. And that's it. So this is for Jen over at mybluebike101. And I hope that you will go to her video and find out what her requirements are for her challenge and join in. Thanks for letting me share, and thanks for the chance to win, Jen, and I'll see you guys next video.